Next up is something where I feel bad for all involved. We've had a couple of fun matches, 3 fun matches in a row. I just want to remind you, here's what we're looking at, and I hate to use words like this, but from a work rate standpoint, from a cage match standpoint, whatever you want to say, look at the talent here. Paul London and Brian Kendrick against Kid Cash and Jamie Noble. Badass match. Fit Finley and William Regal. Badass match. Hurricane and Matt Hardy. Super fun match. And now this. Big Show and Great Khali are going to come out and attack Undertaker backstage. Teddy Long is so mad that he's ordering Big Show to face the Undertaker instead of Khali. Fans are booing, and it's written here, I was shocked at how weak an angle they came up with for the substitution, but they didn't want Undertaker so badly hurt that he'd have to sell the whole match, and they didn't want to hurt Khali in any manner. In a sense, this was a lucky break. Undertaker Khali in that structure for 20 minutes probably would have been one of the worst matches in history. Plus, Khali would probably lose this time. Now they can still bring the program back with Khali still untouched when his health is better. My goodness. We're making this.
You're welcome.
Golly. Talk to me about the decision to, we'll just fix it during the show. We'll do it day of. Golly.
Well, look, man, you didn't know. You really didn't know whether Khali was going to be able to go until day of.
I got you.
Okay. And that's what you have to deal with a lot of times with some of these medical decisions. They can tell you, oh, they should be able to do this or they should be able to do that. They don't know till day of, and they put hands on them and they see how they're feeling day of. That's another, you put yourself in these situations where they're making the call and you have to live by the sword. You have to accept it. You hope for the best, but sometimes you're not always going to get the best news. Sometimes they'll say, hey, yeah, they can go out and have a 15-minute match. Other times they'll say, no, they can't. And this was a situation. No, they can't. Well, what can they do? Well, they could do this. They could do that. And I get it. The audience doesn't understand that. But when you're hoping for the best and you don't have a decisive yes or no, you roll the dice sometimes, man, and you go and you're trying to deliver what you advertise. You're trying to give the people, what they wanted. And sometimes it's just not possible. And you do the best you can with the cards you're dealt. And that's all, anybody can really ask for. And it's, some guys got cleared to do something. Some guys didn't.
I guess we felt like we needed, it would have been hard to come out maybe and have Teddy Long say, hey, listen, we had a few guys who had a medical issue and we're going to pull them off the card. Bobby Lashley won't be competing. Great Khali won't be competing. We know we could do that with Lashley, but with Khali, it's like on some level, no disrespect to the Great Khali. I would imagine fans who bought the pay-per-view are probably like, I want to see the Undertaker in this Punjabi cage match, whatever the hell that is. He's one of my favorite characters, and I've never heard of this. I want to do this. I want to see this. That is more likely. I mean, how else could you slide somebody else and say, okay, because that's what we're going to do, by the way.
100%. Look, the attraction was, what the fuck is a Punjabi prison?
There you go. Well, we find out.
Did we?
With the Big Show and the Undertaker in a Great Khali gimmick match, the Punjabi prison match.
The face on the Big Show, if you go back to that slide there for a minute, says it all. So, folks, check it out on YouTube and go back, to 131:29 or whatever the hell it is. And look at the picture of the Big Show right there, looking at the Punjabi prison. That's the look that everyone had backstage when we saw the Punjabi prison. Okay. It's a bit of confusion, a bit of anger, a bit of what the fuck. And then it's like, oh shit, I got to get in there. And the Punjabi prison. Now there's actually a ring in the middle of that. You can't see the ring because of all of the bullshit structure all around it, but there is a ring in the middle of it. And it's horrible.
It is horrible. And it starts with our new fearless monster, the Big Show, coming to the ring crying because he's scared. And there's 2 cages.
We were all crying and scared too.
And when a cage door opens, you have 1 minute to escape and it shuts. And that happened twice. And the third time, the Undertaker got out. And the rules meant with nobody else in, it was easy for Show to ask for the 4th door and walk right out. He then throws the Undertaker into the ring. The door closes on him before Show can escape the 2nd cage. Undertaker's climbing off. He's 2/3 of the way down, gives Show a body block, and the 2nd cage made of sticks collapses so easily. It was like a fart in church finish. Before the finish, they also went through a table, and the dreaded Punjabi table. They're going to go through the cage. The Undertaker's hand is raised. So, yeah, there's a little bit of blood here. Khali's going to come back out at the end of the match. Of course, he never touches anyone. JBL is comparing the Undertaker to Michael Jordan in his final year with the Wizards, saying he used to be the greatest, and now he's only showing flashes of greatness. This was bad.
Oh, it was not that good.
They went 21 minutes and 35 seconds. Why? I mean, it feels like it goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Vince's reaction backstage when this is happening? Is he just miserable? He can't.
Yeah, it was rotten. I mean, look, you've got, frankly, 2 of the biggest stars ever in the industry in Big Show and The Undertaker in the ring in a Punjabi prison that nobody can see The Undertaker and Big Show in. And they didn't know what the fuck to do with the structure. Because there were toys and stuff in there, but it's like, okay, hey, here's a rope to swing from. Here's a trick on swinging from a rope. You need to be up at an angle at a different place, not just have a rope hanging and you're going to swing. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, it's horrible. It was horrible. It was beyond rotten. If you want to see, and keep in mind, you're not going to see that much because it's this horrible structure. But if you want to see one of the worst matches ever, and another reason why Undertaker probably sends my calls to voicemail sometimes. He always calls back, but it's still. This is one of those reasons. This here Punjabi prison. Probably very grateful that it was Big Show and not Khali, but rotten nonetheless. I don't know what the hell we would have done with Khali in the thing. Hindsight being 2020. I don't know what the I don't know why or what the hell we did with Big Show, but to think about having to do something with the great Khali during this is terrifying.